Hey guys, welcome back to my channel once again. And today we are going to cover one of the most important topic which we have think in English. Like as you know, if you want to speak fast English, if you want to speak fluently, so you need to think in English. So in this video, I'm going to guide you perfectly that how you can think in English step by step. Okay, so watch this video till the end if you want to think in English, if you want to speak fluently. Okay, let's come to the point that I'm going to start with my story. Like when I started my journey of learning English, there was a one problem with me that I was not able to think in English. Okay, so when I was trying to communicate with the people, I was taking lots of pauses. And maybe it's going with you too. Like whenever you communicate with the people, you have to like translate in your native language to English. That is the mistakes you guys are doing. And I was doing the same thing. I was just trying to translate my Hindi language to English language. So that is the biggest problem we have. Like in this process now, like when we translate to our native language to English language, we take lots of unwanted pauses. Okay, like people are aware about it. That's why we are trying to fix it. That's why we are here. That's why we are trying to think in English. That's why people suggest that if you want to speak fast English, so you need to think in English. Okay, so that was the mistakes I was doing. I was not able to think in English. Okay, so I tried some techniques which I'm going to share with you. And fourth one is quite one of the most important things. So was this very yet? Okay, let's come to the point. I'm not going to, like drag the things very long way. I'm going to cover the things very shortly so you could understand the things very easily. And by the way, if you're new in my channel and if you want to speak good English, don't forget to subscribe my channel because I always share my video. If you're going to think that this is useful for you, so subscribe. Okay, let's come to the point that if you really want to think in English, you have to start with the small steps. I mean that you have to start using the small words and small phrases. Like if I'm feeling hungry, if I'm feeling thirsty, so I'm going to say my brain that I'm feeling hungry and I'm feeling thirsty. Maybe it seems very funny and easy, but that is how we are going to develop our mindset to think in English. So you have to start with the small things. Whenever we start something, so we start with the small things. In the same thing, we have to do here. We have to start with the small things. Whatever we are doing, like if I'm watching movie, if I'm using my mobile phone, just try to say your brain that I'm using my mobile phone. That's how it is going to help you guys. And definitely, if you're going to use that method, absolutely you're going to change your whole communication skill. Okay, like when I started my journey, I was also doing the same thing, and that's really helped me a lot to develop my think in English habit. So do the same thing, okay? Like whenever you're doing anything, like if I'm having my breakfast, I'm going to say myself that I'm having my breakfast. That's all. I mean, you have to talk to yourself. That is one of the best benefit. That is one of the best way of like thinking English. Okay, just try to talk to yourself. Like I'm not saying you that you have to sit on the chair and you have to think in English like that. Not like if you're going to the college, if you're going to the school, if you're going to the office, whenever like we go outside, we saw lots of things, we see lots of things. Like example, like I'm going to like I want to say that you have to narrate the action. Like yesterday, I like went to a market. I went to market and the market was full of gathering and I saw a like van, and that van shopkeeper, he was selling a fresh fruits, and that what attracted me, and I went to there and I asked the prices of fruit and it was costly. So that's how I want to say that just try to translate, try to narrate accents. Okay, like we don't have to use the complicated word, try to use the small words here. So that's how we are going to develop our talking to yourself and start with the small things, small phrases, small words. Okay. That is our first step. We have to start that kind of things. Okay, let's come to the second point. That is also very important, that we have to start our surrounding in English. Okay, like as you know, like we didn't grown up from listening English, so we have to start taking input. So like if you love to watching movies, just go for the watching movies. I know like you're not going to understand the things very clearly while watching movies, but the thing is that we have to develop our mind to think in English. So when we watch something, we saw the visual, we saw the picture, and that time we listen something as well. Okay, so start doing that kind of thing. If you're going to follow that thing, if you're going to surround yourself, I'm not going to say that you have to join somewhere, you have to make a conversation. Yeah, conversation is very important part, I'm going to cover that later. But the thing is that you have to start surrounding yourself, start using whatever you're going to watch today. You have to start, like if you like to watch some news, so start watching news in English. Now I know, like try to shift the things, try to shift your language, your native language to English language. So this is going to help you a lot. So do that thing, surround yourself in English, like try to have a conversation with the people who's close with you in English. That is how it's going to change your whole thinking in mind. Okay. Okay, let's come to the point that we have another point, that we have to start making conversation. And if you don't have a partner for the making conversation, don't forget to join my WhatsApp group. It's been a long time I have been operating a group, and it's quite very active group. You can communicate with a lots of people. You can get partner for yourself for the having conversations. So don't forget to join my WhatsApp group. And if you want to take my one-to-one sessions, so you can take over there. Like you can communicate with me and you can take my one-to-one session. That's in one-to-one session. I teach that how to speak fluent English. You can take my paid classes. Okay, let's come to the point. Like we are here for the like conversation. Like at the end, you have to start talking with the people. Okay, we can't escape that thing. So from the first day you have to start having conversation with the people. Start like I was doing the same thing. I was just searching on YouTube that how I can think in English, because there were a lot of people, they told me that if you really want to speak English, you have to like think in English. So I was thinking just only one thing, I was searching on YouTube that how to think in English, but I was not practicing. So the thing is that practice is one of the most important thing. So you have to start practicing. So for the practice, I made a group. Just go over there, join over there. You will find my WhatsApp group link, and you can like start practicing yourself. So the thing is that you have to start talking to your partners. You have to start having conversation with the people. That's how we develop our think in English mind. So start doing that kind of thing. First of all, first step, I'm going to repeat again, that you have to start with a small, taking small words. You have to use small phrases. You have to use small sentences. Try to talk to yourself. Like if you're going somewhere, try to talk that time to yourself, that what I'm doing here, why I'm here. Just try to ask your brain. Just try to ask questions. Okay, like what should I wear? That's what I want to say. Just ask to yourself. I know this is going to be very little bit complicated for you to talking yourself, because we don't have habit to talk to ourselves to in English language. And as you know, like we think a lot nowadays. So why we should not start thinking English? Okay, do that kind of thing. This is going to help you a lot. Okay. And another thing, that you have to start having conversation with the people, because at the end you have to start speaking. Okay, so like the fourth one is quite very important, as I told you, that you have to work on your mindset. Like this is the mindset techniques. You have to work on your mindset. That I want to say you that there are lots of people, they are going to say you that you have to like speak correct English, but it is not like that. Don't think over, like don't think that much grammatical rule. It's okay to make mistakes, because this is not our, as I told you, this is not our native language, this is our second language. So we can make mistakes, don't worry. Okay, we can work on accuracy later, but right now we have to work on like fluency. So rather than thinking about making mistakes, just try to focus on your practice. Okay. The second thing, that this is just, like language. So just try to take that thing just a language, not a subject. You don't have to study 10 to 12 hours for this improve your communication skill to think in English. It is not like that. You have to, like take the things like a fun way. Whatever I'm going to like, I'm going to watch. Yesterday, like I talked with my friend, and yesterday I talked with my student, and he was talking that he likes WWE. So nowadays he's watching that WWE for the learning English. And that is going to work a lot for him, because the thing is that if you love someone, so you're going to watch that particular thing not for just learning English, you're going to watch that particular thing for the entertain yourself too. So do that kind of thing. Whatever you like, just go for the watching that kind of thing. Okay. The third one, that don't like think that much about your mistakes. Just focus on your practice and focus on your fluency, just rather than thinking about the grammar mistake. That's all I want to say. That is how it's going to change your whole communication skill. Okay, that is how it's going to think, making you develop. This is how it's going to develop your think in English habit. So do that kind of thing. And if you really think that this is helpful video, don't forget to subscribe my video. That is all for today video, guys. We will meet for the next video. Bye bye, have a good